A lot of people, like I said, we were starting to get into the process of picking, like, all right, you've got your country figured out. You're like, I want to go to Argentina, or I want to go to France, or I want to go here. Like, okay, got a country. Now you need to figure out which city, which is like, oh my god, like, let me just, yeah, so this is how it went for me. Like, I was like, country, great. Now city, great. The best part about having a study abroad office, um, is that they kind of narrow it down for you already. Like, once you know your country, they're like, all right, what major are you? And do you want to continue like with your like education? Like, here are the 4 or 5 programs that you are able to go to in respective cities. So for my instance, in Spain, we only had 3 programs in Spain, or maybe 4. 3 or 4 programs in Spain, and it was like Bilbao, it was Madrid, Barcelona, and I think Granada. And I think Bilbao was the, I don't remember, I think they all had business stuff, but they give you, like, they have pamphlets, at least UIC does. They have pamphlets, and you can look through the programs and see. You could always take like gen eds abroad and have them transfer over. But you know, you just look and see like what each city offers and like what you'd want to do in each city, and you just like pick a city. If you have a hard time picking a city, which is what I had, sometimes it just has to bubble down to like what is the most affordable option for me, because you know that might be it for some people. And one in particular that I ruled out immediately was Barcelona, because despite the fact that it's super popular and it's in Spain, they speak Catalan in Barcelona, and they don't really speak Spanish. So me, and going back to like what I really wanted to get out of it, was I wanted to learn Spanish. So how was I going to be able to learn Spanish in a place where they don't really speak Spanish? They speak Catalan, which is a dialect of Spanish. So Barcelona was ruled out immediately. And you know, Madrid was a big city. It would just been like in Spain. So I picked Bilbao because it was a smaller town. I would get like that small city feel. It was like the cheaper of the options, and I still got the ability to travel like everywhere I wanted to. So when you are picking your study abroad program, just like I said, go back to like what you really want to get out of it, see what each program offers, things like that. Your study abroad advisor will help you a lot. So after I picked like my program, Bilbao, they're like, all right, so here is everything you need to apply. They throw this big packet at you, and you're like, awesome, great. You're basically like applying for college again in a different country. The way UIC has you do it is you fill out like a UIC application, and that's basically like everything that the university in your respective country wants, and you apply that to UIC. And it's also like a preliminary application for UIC to make sure that you're like academically eligible to go abroad, and that you're like not in your last semester, because that's a rule at UIC. You can't like you can't like go abroad and then graduate when you come back. You have to go abroad and then come back, have another semester, and then graduate. So that's important to know. And just like general things like that, like, are you in good like tuition standing, and you know, does your advisor approve it? Are you going to actually be taking classes? All that nonsense. So a big part of that packet is figuring out which classes will transfer over. And UIC has this rule that you cannot take classes pass fail abroad. You have to get a grade in each class that you take, which is important to know. Like, you can't go over there and fail classes. Like, UIC will give that grade and that will go on your transcript. Not all schools do this. Some of my friends that were abroad said that, yeah, that was a pass-fail class, they could totally take it. And some other universities will let you go abroad and then come back and graduate. It just depends on your university, so you need to find that out. So what was I getting at? Okay, so once you fill out your like application for your university, you make sure you're in good academic standing, all of that jazz, you start to begin applying for scholarships, right? Because it is pretty expensive to go abroad. Programs range from like $9,000 to $40,000 for a semester. And it really depends on where you go. Again, if you're going to like the super touristy, super popular city, like Paris, for example, is going to be more expensive than San Juan de Gastellugache, which isn't actually a city. It is it? No, it's a landmark. So I have problems. So a big city like Paris is going to be more expensive than a smaller city in France. That's what I meant to say. I'm trying to sound all cultured and shit. So it's really what's in your budget. Also, there are multiple full ride scholarships for students who have need. So a lot of my friends who have like financial strain, there's just absolutely no way that they could study abroad without scholarships. There are scholarships out there for you guys, so they will pay for everything. I know a couple of my friends that got scholarships to study abroad, and that's the awesomest thing that you can do. So apply for scholarships, even if you think you're not going to get any. Personally, I got one scholarship, so that was awesome to go to receive that and use that to help offset some of the costs. And you know, a lot of the times people are like, oh my god, but it's so much money. A lot of the times, depending on the program, like I said, like it'll either become cheaper than the tuition that you currently pay. It'll be about the same to the tuition that you currently pay, or it'll be a little bit more expensive. So, I mean, it's up to you and what you decide. So yeah, once you fill out the UIC or your college application or whatever, you will get like an admissions packet. You have to go get your visa from your local consul or wherever the hell you get it from, your state, whatever. The consulate general of the country that you're going to. So that's usually in the downtown areas, and sometimes you have to travel to go get it. So make sure you check on that. Like I said earlier, make sure your classes convert so that you're not like double taking classes when you come back. Some countries will ask for immunizations, specific immunizations that you have to get for your doctor. If you're staying for a year, they ask for like a criminal background check with a huge medical history. And yeah, I mean, that's basically all there is to it. It's a lot about you making decisions, and a lot of times that could be super daunting because you go from this like quasi decision making state to like, oh, I get to go to college, I get to pick where I go to college and things like that. And now you are literally making every single decision like about your life for the next year or semester. And sometimes it's kind of scary. But don't be scared. It happens. And that's just a part of adulting. After you get all of that figured out, you are going to want to start looking at plane tickets. The earlier you buy, the better. There are a ton of great places online that you can go to look for cheap tickets, depending on like your budget and like the time you want to spend traveling. So the earlier you buy, the cheaper it is. Awesome. This awesome site called Kayak, link should be right here, or logo. they will have like, they do like data analytics, and they tell you like their projected, like based on data, should you buy the ticket now, or is the price likely to go down in the future? Which is an awesome tool to use, especially for like a big plane ticket. If you are going to Europe, it's usually going to be about $1,000 at least for a plane ticket. Some of my friends decided that instead of like traveling, you know, like non-stop, that they would do stops and layovers. So if you have like stops and layovers, you would get like your ticket down to like $600, $500, which is a huge savings. But again, like you are spending that extra time like being in, like with layovers and like the hassle of doing that. And sometimes you don't want to put that strain on yourself. Let me make sure. So yeah, you want to keep that in check. And there, you just have to look around. Plane tickets are not something that you're gonna get like for $1. So that's gonna be like a big chunk of your budget early. Look around, things like that. I mean, that was kind of a huge and lengthy overview of the process of studying abroad and like picking where I wanted to go, why I wanted to go, like applying, all of that jazz. And I'd love to talk about my experience over there and delve into like my travels and more of my experiences. So if you want to hear about my experiences abroad and some tips if you are interested in going abroad, like the video or comment. Or that was kind of a huge and lengthy overview of the process of studying abroad and like picking where I wanted to go, why I wanted to go, like applying, all of that jazz. And I'd love to talk about my experience over there and delve into like my travels and more of my experiences. So if you want to hear about my experiences abroad and some tips if you are interested in going abroad, like the video or comment or whatever. My videos are for you guys, so if you guys have any specific questions like, oh, what should I take over there, or where's the best place to get this, or should I pick a host family or an apartment or stay in a dorm, yeah, just comment below, like the video, let me know, and I can answer any questions. I hope you thought this video was awesome and you learned a lot. I wish I would have had something like this to help me, not only in general, but from someone that was going to UIC, because UIC is like a super big system and they have all these processes, so it can be kind of overwhelming. So yeah, thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next month.